I'm just going to show you how to change the cutting pad or cutting stick in the Warrior electric heavy duty round corner machine. Like most things, it is easy once you know how, but sometimes it's a little bit hard to follow in an instruction manual. So I'll just give you a quick show through. First of all, take this clamp off. While we're fiddling around with this cutting pad here, your fingers are quite close to the die. So what I'll do, we'll just take this die off, just quickly to make it a little bit easier. And in your box with the machine, they kindly give you a whole box of spare parts, spare screws, etc. There's a whole pile of them there. And in amongst them will be 2 spare screws for the die, plus 1 longer screw that you can screw in just to aid removal. It just makes it a little bit easier to hold the die. So 3mm Allen screws, 2 of them. Just remove the first one. And just as we're removing the second one, you can hold the little tab. Just holds it in place so you can take out the die itself. That's the standard 6mm die, long life blade that comes with the machine. Just stops us cutting our fingers when we're trying to get in here. On the pad itself, they do eventually wear down. Underneath the table here, if the camera can see, each click is 0.125 of a millimetre. So you've got approximately 80 clicks per pad. So eventually you'll get to the end on the pad itself. On the side of the machine, you've got a little lock wheel, and it says lock. If I spin the wheel, it's very difficult to see. It's a tiny lift up motion in the clamp. If you can just see that moving, we want it to release so it's in the higher motion. What you can do then, just put an Allen key or something, a screwdriver, onto the pad to push the pad out. If it drops in there, don't worry, it's just in the little chippings tray. I'll just get that out of the chippings tray. As you saw, the blade we took out was a 6mm, standard 6mm, an R6, and that must correspond with an R6 metal base plate. If you should change the dies at any point to a 10mm or 13mm, initially you have to change the base plate as well, but we'll show you that in another video. But to change the pad itself, underneath you see a little channel, and in true Blue Peter style, if I show you another base plate here, that has to engage like so, so it slides in. If it's not engaged correctly, it will sit a bit wonky on the top. It won't work. It has to go far enough into the machine and back on itself to sit in that channel like so. So if we just do that, slide it along, so just push it back all the way till it closes the gap. It'll come back to there. What you can then do, lock it up on the lock wheel at the side, and you'll see it just clamp down onto the pad. What we can then do is replace the cutting die. With the 2 Allen screws. And when you're locking this up, there can be a little bit of sideways float. You want it as central as you can as you're locking it up, because sometimes it can pitch a little bit left or right. Keep it central and just take out the carry screw. What you can do then is just put the clamp back on, do your initial cuts, and you might have to just go in a couple of clicks initially just to get onto a new bit of cutting stick or cutting base pad. If you ever do some punching and the bottom couple of sheets is a little bit ragged, what you can do is just turn the stack over, punch again, just to punch the other side, and it's as easy as that. This video, if you click on the arrow facing downwards, we'll put a few links on there for you, just direct links to the website page you'll need to order pads or spare parts. We'll put a link for spare parts or replacement dies, etc. You can find it all in the link there.